Hey guys, what's going on? Your good buddy Neo is back once again for another video. Maybe I'll get back into the swing of actually doing videos, not just once a week. But anyway, I digress. So, it's been a really long time since I've actually done an Ask Neo FAQ special. I remember back to the beginning of the year when I said that this is going to be a bi-weekly series, and that didn't fall into, well, it became more of a bi-monthly series. Yeah. So I really felt bored today, and I just felt like picking out some questions from my inbox that I felt a lot of you guys would like to hear my opinions and my thoughts on, and I kind of mixed it up between older questions and newer questions, so you're getting a good range of both. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, the first question is fairly recent actually. I think this question hit the surface just a couple of days ago, so what are your thoughts on the recently announced Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer map pack? Well, not much I can say on it except, hey, it's another Call of Duty map pack. How many of those have we got already? And another part of this question that I forgot to say was, what are your thoughts on all of these Modern Warfare 2 fanboys hating on the Black Ops map pack, saying, haha, it's $15, haha, you guys gotta pay that much money. We'll discuss how brain dead they are in a second, but regarding the Black Ops map packs, if you haven't already heard already, for all the Call of Duty fans out there, you already know what it's coming with. 4 multiplayer maps, and I'm not going to get into names of them because names don't really matter. And it comes with a brand new Nazi zombie map. Forgot the name. That one's actually important since I do love zombies more than the campaign and multiplayer. It's 4 multiplayer maps plus 1 Nazi zombie map for $15. And in my personal opinion, I think this is a better route of actual DLC that would cost $15 if it's 4 maps plus 1 zombie map. What did you get in Modern Warfare 2, huh, fanboys? What did you get? Oh, I believe it was 2 built from the ground up new maps, and what was the other 3? Oh yeah, they were rehashes from Call of Duty 4. And I don't know, I don't care who you are, if you try to defend Modern Warfare 2 DLC, you've got no backing for an argument. You guys saying, oh, they're fan favorite maps, oh, they're bringing them back. If they're fan favorites, why do you have to pay for it? When you can play them on Call of Duty 4. It's not like there's any big alterations. All they do is fix up the textures a little bit on each of the maps, and boom, there you go. Money please! So honestly, in my opinion, I just think Black Ops maps will be better because it's more of a value. Not to say they're going to be better, but frankly, MW2 map packs were complete and total shit. Why do you think I haven't downloaded them? There are a lot of reasons why I wouldn't download them. Next question. So, the next question is actually one I really want to answer for a while. I think I did on Ustream, but last time I did Ustream was a month ago. So, what are your thoughts on Sly Cooper 4? Or Sly 4 is what the title is tentatively called. I'm personally excited for it because you guys know how much I love the Sly Cooper series. And yes, I am one of the select few that just got into the Sly Cooper series from the Sly Cooper collection on PS3. I picked this up on a whim because it was one of the classics in HD, and I was not disappointed. I love these games. The one thing I have to complain about the games in general is that each game it's a whole different type of gameplay, and that really got on my nerves. The first game was more of just a heavy platforming. The second game started changing up, and the third game, good God. And it was just so weird. You're jumping from perspectives over and over again, and in some ways it's good, it changes it up, it's fresh in your mind. And in other cases it's like, you know, why should I even play the first one or the second one? You could just jump around in the series, you just fit the game that you like. So, in this new Sly Cooper 4, I don't really know what's going to be going on with it. Sucker Punch has been pretty quiet about it. And it was from a teaser trailer in the Sly Cooper collection. I think it's if you get all 3 platinums or you beat all 3 games, you get access to the teaser. But it's only 15 seconds long showing the title. You can just YouTube it and it'll come up. Beyond that, there's nothing we really know about Sly Cooper 4. And we probably won't hear anything about it until Infamous 2 is released. And you know, that's Sucker Punch's next big title. So you guys can look forward to hearing more about Sly Cooper 4 after Infamous 2 in the spring, which we're all going to be loving Infamous, so Sly Cooper's going to be a no point at the moment because Infamous 2, man, you guys know how epic that fucking game's going to be. Thank God they changed Callback. But yeah, I digress. Sly 4, I'm really excited for the game, even though we know no information on it. I'd say a projected release date is probably 2012, maybe 2013 at the earliest, if this is going to be Sucker Punch's big title. Like, you know how they have their big titles. And I'm actually pretty glad that they're going to focus on the Sly Cooper games. Like, so many developers nowadays are really abandoning their roots on the games that got them there. And, come on guys, we all love Naughty Dog, and we all love Uncharted, but come on. we don't need another Uncharted for a while. I mean, we all know Drake's Deception is going to be epic, but after Drake's Deception, I want them to take a break from Uncharted, honestly. It's an amazing game, but too much amazing is too much. Too much for us to handle, too much to cope with. I'd like them to go back and maybe do another Crash Bandicoot game or another Jak game. More along the lines of a Jak game, because Jak 4, PS3, just bring back so many new fans and bring in new fans. I mean, why does every single game nowadays have to be so realistic, so dark, so gritty? It's just annoying. Can't we just ever have any games that are just made for fun? Rarely do we see that, and the only ones you would see it on is the Wii, which is why I haven't sold my Wii, because it's got the fun games. Their games don't focus on graphics, they focus on fun. Which can be said about a lot of video games being released nowadays, especially on the PS3 and 360. I mean, the PC, it's got the games that can back up anything. But PS3 and 360, all the big name release games I see for the most part are, these things are trying to be so dark, gritty, realistic as possible, and I'm sorry, this generation, in my opinion, does not beat last generation for fun games. Every game nowadays is kind of blending in its own category. We've got those rare gems, yes, this generation, but only few. Only few. I got pretty sidetracked with that question. I actually might do a rant on that about games nowadays, as they're all becoming the same type of game. Pretty sad. Third question is, any updated thoughts about Mass Effect 2 on PS3? Yeah, actually. It looks amazing. It looks freaking amazing. I mean, seriously, you can tell BioWare took their time on perfecting this port. I mean, seriously, they chose not to release it for the PS3 at launch of the 360 PC version because they wanted it to be perfect. Because the PS3, guys, come on. It is not an easy console to develop for, honestly. This architecture is ridiculous. I mean, why do you think so many people develop for 360 and develop first for 360? 360's architecture is pretty damn easy to crack. I mean, not crack, but you know what I mean, develop for. I didn't want to keep saying develop because develop. So the PS3 is in a whole nother ball game. That's why, notice that the majority of the games that are amazing are exclusive titles. They look amazing, everything works out better because they're exclusive. Developers have more time to work on them. As opposed to a multi-platform developer who just ports it. And you all know a game that is ported is nowhere near going to be as good as a game that is built from the ground up. Good example, not really a good example, but go with me. Alright, let's say you were born in Mexico, right? Native language is Spanish, Espanol. What's better? A person who was born in Mexico, spoke the language starting from a young age, or someone who was taught it at like age 15? What's going to be more better? Something that's taught or something that's built from the ground up, instilled in your mind? You be the answer to that, and I hope you picked the right answer because I'd be pretty scared if you didn't. We're going to have to run some tests. But getting back to the point, PS3 is a complex console to develop for. That's why a lot of multi-platform games such as Enslaved, Medal of Honor, etc., 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 Black Ops, they're not given the proper final polish because it's not going to be as good as 360 version because it's not corrected. There's some things you have to work out with the bugs and glitches that are going to ensue. And the fact that these developers nowadays don't take the time and effort to actually do that, I applaud Square Enix. I mean, Final Fantasy 13, yes, it was a shitty-ass game, but that was amazing. Like, the ports between PS3 and 360, they made it so it would be perfect. I mean, what other games on here that I have? Battlefield Bad Company 2, besides the fact that it's not in 1080p, it's the same thing. And there are other games that I can count, like Bioshock 2, actually I heard is better on the PS3. I mean, I've noticed a lot of stuff, because I rented it for 360, and I don't know what it was, I couldn't get into it. There was so much lag with the multiplayer, and then I switched over to the PS3, and I'm like, oh, this is fine. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about Mass Effect 2. The reason why it looks so good is because it is running on the Mass Effect 3 engine, which means upgraded textures, upgraded models, more realistic faces, and that is awesome. Just more bang for your buck for PS3, especially since we're getting all the DLC up front. We don't have to pay for anything. And in order to bridge the gap between 1 and 2, they added an interactive 15-minute comic recap, which is something. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's something. I mean, what do you expect them to do? Microsoft has the publishing rights. They're not going to let something like Mass Effect go away. They're not going to let their multiplat, you hear that, fanboys? Multiplat get away. Alright, I'm just saying, it's good, it's honest. They're not gonna let something like that get away because everybody would know, like, if they did a Mass Effect collection before the third one came out, everyone would be like, oh my god, epic, $60, both games, all DLC. Jeez. So I am greatly looking forward to Mass Effect 3. I did purchase Mass Effect 1 on 360. I'm going to play through that, then replay Mass Effect 2 on 360 with my character from Mass Effect 1 to make all different choices. Then when Mass Effect 2 comes out for PS3, I'm going to purchase that, play through the comic, see how things work out in the Mass Effect 2 PS3 version, and I'm going to be a happy person as far as BioWare games. And then that'll tide me over till Mass Effect 3 next holiday, which is going to be freaking great! And just to clarify some things, Mass Effect was never exclusive. Why do people say it is exclusive? It isn't exclusive. If a game is available on more than one platform, what is it? Multi-platform. And don't pull up the console exclusive bullshit, because that's just retarded. It is so dumb. If you are really saying console exclusive, you got no games, man. You got no games if you're gonna say that. And the final question, that is actually a pretty interesting question, is, now you've heard of games such as Gran Turismo, Fallout New Vegas, Call of Duty Black Ops, etc, etc, etc. What are your thoughts on developers nowadays releasing a game prematurely and addressing the problems that are going to ensue by just putting out a simple patch or update? Now this is one issue that I frankly cannot stand for. I do not understand what has happened to developers nowadays. Are developers seriously becoming so lazy that they just want to fit a projected time date because they think their game won't sell if it goes past that time date, that they are really going to release their masterpiece early and have all these bugs and glitches that is going to affect sales, affect reviews, and just affect the general opinions of everybody? Why are developers so lazy nowadays not to go back and address all the bugs and issues? And it's not just on one console like PS3. It's all around. Fallout New Vegas. Why do you think, me being a hardcore Fallout fan, I have not purchased it yet? I am too scared. I'm too scared to play with all these bugs and glitches. And I heard the patch even made things worse. So how do you think that makes me feel? And I don't think it was Bethesda that made it. It was Obsidian. And I was just hoping to myself, no, Obsidian's not going to fuck it up. They are not going to fuck it up. They are going to do a good job. They haven't, honestly. I can't believe it, you know? And same thing for Call of Duty Black Ops. You couldn't address all the server problems at the start of the game, like the first couple weeks. It's taken them a long ass time to fix them. It's ridiculous. If you're gonna have so many problems with the game and you release it to the public knowing there's gonna be problems, why? Why can't you guys be like Nintendo? We all know Nintendo. Nintendo, they don't fuck around with their games. You guys know how many times they delayed Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Because Nintendo, they can't afford to patch the game. They don't have the internet infrastructure in order to do DLC updates and patches. So, what do? They delay their game to make sure it's got all the polish, all the final finish. That's why Nintendo first-party exclusives are the best. Followed by PS3, then PC, then 360. Just my personal opinion. I don't want to hear anyone saying, oh, you're not a developer, you don't know what they're going through. Some people have to do it like this. I have no respect for people that release a product half-assed to the public and they claim it's so amazing. No respect whatsoever. If you are that lazy, if you hype a game up so much and you just give us this crap and say, oh, don't worry, we're going to patch it later. No respect in my book. So you guys, this is the end of Ask Neo episode 4. Yeah, it's 4. I want to thank you guys for all the questions that you sent in. Keep sending more interesting questions in because this is actually interesting. I might actually do this every week. Don't hold your breath on that because maybe if I have like half an hour free, I'll upload an Ask Neo and you guys can go crazy and enjoy it. So I'm NGS signing out. I'll catch you guys later.